All right. Good morning, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us from our living room here, ready to have some fun with you.
I feel like we're like bringing back COVID vibes.
The 15 before is back.
No.
No, it's not back, but
We're
we're
not
here
doing this for
to
15.
just have some fun with you and able to just talk with you from our couch. It's currently snowing, finally.
Yes.
We didn't think there would be any snow.
No, I felt like it was, it's going to start at 12. Oh, no, it's going to start at 8. Oh, just kidding. We're going to start at 4. And then I don't think it really started until like 5:30. And now it's really, really going out there. I mean, our entire front drive, I don't know if they're going to be able to see that.
Can you see anything? Nope, you can't see anything.
Our entire sidewalk is covered. Our windshield is covered. I mean, it's really, we finally got the snow that the weather people have been talking about for over a week now.
Yeah, and Elliot is going to wake up and he's going to have a great time.
Yes.
So we're grateful that you're here with us,
Exactly.
having some fun. And we have something fun we want to talk about, which is a perfect snow day.
Yes, I mean, why not? It is an amazing, well, for tomorrow, because as you are watching this, you are from the comfort of your own home, and like us, and I mean, it's a snow day. We finally got our snow day, so I thought it would be cute for us to talk about with you guys as well, because I want you guys to comment. We won't be able to see it live because this is a pre-recorded video.
We'll comment.
But we'll comment as we're, yes, that's a great idea, of what a perfect snow day would look like for you guys. So we have some questions and we're just gonna go back and forth to see what we would say our perfect snow day. Do you want me to start it off?
Yeah.
Okay, all right. So for everyone watching, I'm gonna ask the question, we're gonna talk back and forth to figure it out. For everyone to list our perfect snow day together. Okay. A hot drink. What is, or what would be your ultimate hot drink on a snowy day, right? Okay, so for tomorrow, when you wake up in the morning, I know 95% of you guys are most likely gonna say coffee, because I mean, tomorrow, if you've got kids, you know that they're gonna wake up and they're gonna be like, snow day, let's go outside. You're gonna need the coffee. It currently says it feels like 3 degrees outside, which is
you have to have something hot.
Insane. So what's your ultimate?
Well, I don't really like coffee,
No,
as most people know,
Yeah.
but so mine would probably be either I'm getting into
Really
green
into tea,
again. So green tea would be probably my favorite, or hot chocolate. But I think like with marshmallows, it has to have marshmallows.
Has to.
So marshmallows are good in hot chocolate, and Elliot will hopefully like some lukewarm hot chocolate. If it's too hot, he won't even drink it. So
he doesn't like hot chocolate. He likes lukewarm chocolate.
So yours was coffee?
Duh.
Okay.
Right. I got my new Breville machine. So I mean, I have like that barista machine, and that is absolutely make my little latte in the morning, watch the snow outside. I feel like that is the most amazing, because I am an iced coffee drinker, as you know, but when it's like this,
you should get some snow and you can make like a coffee slushie.
Ew,
like a frappuccino.
So good, but
it's like a frappuccino.
I know. Oh yeah, that's true. Like a frap. I was thinking of like snow cream. We could do that with coffee too. If you want
coffee snow cream.
Like, yeah, that'd be good. If you do that, let us know. Okay, your must-have snow day snack. You are a snacky boy, so I feel like you would have a great answer for this. Your must-have snow day snack. I don't really feel as if that is a thing.
I think I mean, like just like something that you can kind of have all day.
Yeah.
Like some chips.
Yeah, because you're watching movies inside.
Popcorn.
Popcorn. That's a great snow day snack.
Or just like something easy, like freezer stuff, like French fries or something. Like putting some French fries in the air fryer.
Yeah, because you want something warm. Like on a snow day like that, you want something warm.
Right.
But popcorn's really good. That's a good idea.
I feel like it's a day for like guilty pleasure stuff.
Oh,
where you can just
sure.
or comfort food stuff.
Absolutely. Okay. Speaking of movies, let's go to that one. Must have or must watch snow day entertainment.
Okay.
Movies are always great. I feel like just turn on Disney, choose a kids movie. Honestly, I mean, we have kids, so it's like, what's a family-friendly movie that we could watch?
So
Frozen.
Entertain it.
That would be a great one.
I think it's stuff to watch or just stuff to entertain you. I didn't
Must watch snow day entertainment, movie or show.
Must watch. Okay.
Yeah. I don't really think it's a must. Okay, this is like a must watch. That kind of like resembles like what's a must watch Christmas movie that you watch. It's not really a must watch. It's just what would be a cozy.
Yeah. Well, I was thinking I was just gonna take it into something different, like something else that you can entertain is something you don't always do all the time, like taking out a board game or something, or like just things that you do together. I think that's the perfect time for it. So
that's a good idea. Let's see. What's your ideal snow activity outside?
Well, growing up in Connecticut, we went out when it snowed, which it snowed often. We were out all day, and sledding was obviously the main thing. Now, can you go sledding tomorrow? You tell us.
Yeah.
Is it enough to sled?
Actually, at work last night at Pine Porch, someone was telling me that they go over to an overpass near Walmart.
Mm-hmm.
They're supposed to do that, but everybody goes out there.
I've heard that,
and they go sledding out there. Which, by the way, I saw a friend of mine, I think it was Gabby, she was talking about, does anybody know where any sleighs are and like that? I saw a TikTok today that parents didn't have sleds, so they got metal baking pans and just put their kids on it. Well, slide down. So I commented on Gabby's post and I was like, just put them on some baking pans.
Yeah. We would have recycling bins that were not.
Oh, that is smart.
Yeah. And
because you could kind of maneuver that in a way. And
well,
you
if there's enough snow, you can do it.
That's a great idea. Okay, so sledding. I don't know if you can really, for us. Okay, for
making a snowman.
Making a snowman. We don't get that. I feel like we don't get that much snow to make a good snowman. You would have to get a lot.
Yeah.
But what we really enjoy doing is just taking a walk.
Mm-hmm. Like just seeing everything.
Just walking around our neighborhood if we can. Like if it's really icy, we won't. But it'll be fun with Lucy now because last year she was itty bitty, and this year she's walking.
Seeing it all through kids is a great best thing.
Okay. One thing you must have if you're stuck inside. So like, say that our door was completely snowed in and we could not open that door.
I would just say electricity. I don't want the power to go out.
True.
We need to have power to be able to do everything.
Period. Honestly, that is such a privilege that we can say that, but yes, electricity in a snowy day like that would be amazing. For me, one thing that I would must have if I was inside, coffee.
Yeah.
That is going to keep me happy. But electricity is a great one because I need electricity to make my coffee. But we have a gas stove as well. We've talked about that before, that if we ever needed to use it, we could use that as well.
Yep. All right, let's end with one last one.
One more. Okay. What are you eating first thing in the morning on a snowy day? That's a good one.
What I think we should do tomorrow, French toast. I think we should make French toast. I like French toast a lot. That's a great idea. And you don't do it as often. Mm-hmm. Like I feel like you do pancakes or eggs and stuff. But French toast is like the third option too. People do waffles, frozen waffles. Yeah. French toast is just great. So I think French toast and then just kind of like all the other stuff, bacon and
turkey
stuff.
Bacon. We love some turkey bacon. If y'all have not had the turkey bacon from Aldi.
From Aldi specifically.
Because he grew up bougie and had Trader Joe's a lot.
Definitely not. I just grew up in Connecticut and the taxes are high.
Anyway, bougie. Anyway, the turkey bacon there and Aldi turkey bacon is very similar and it's phenomenal. So French toast and turkey bacon. I'm not a huge breakfast person and neither are you really, but tomorrow that would be a very cozy.
I think that's what we're gonna have to do.
So you'll have your tea, I'll have my coffee, we'll have French toast, turkey bacon.
And Elliot will say, when are we going outside? Yes. When are we going outside? When are we going outside?
And over again. Okay.
All right. So what do we have coming up at Forest Park?
So much going on.
Before we get into the message, we just want to make sure we go over some of these things. First of all, we're so sad. The men's breakfast we had to reschedule, The truth
even though
is,
it didn't snow.
we could have done it, but we wanted to make
have.
sure that everybody, people could have been preparing.
Yeah,
It was,
of course. It was always better to be safe.
Always better to be safe
Always
than sorry.
be
So,
yeah.
we rescheduled that to the 28th of February.
Yeah, so let's go in chronological order because that helps my brain.
Well, that was yesterday,
Okay.
Men's breakfast rescheduled to the 28th. Got
February
that out of 28th.
The way. Okay. The next big thing that we have is Night of Worship. And I know that we have promoted it like crazy and talked about it on Sunday mornings and we're getting the word out and all of that. But it is a week from today. But when you're seeing this, it'll be 6 days versus a week because this is Saturday, tomorrow Sunday. Anyway. So this coming Saturday, February 7th, 7 p.m., we are going to have night of worship, and I am so excited for it. Our team has been planning and preparing, and we have a beautiful set list. We've prayed over these songs, just prayed over the night. We are going to have communion, which, by the way, today, Sunday as in, yeah, you guys get that, was supposed to be communion Sunday, and we're not able to do it. So I think it's amazing that we are able to partake in communion together as a church on Saturday at Night of Worship. We're also going to have coffee, hot chocolate, cookies, little sweets for you guys to be able to come and just savor on and everything. But also one thing that I have been asked quite a few times just from some girlfriends is, kids, bring them. Please bring them. I think there is nothing more beautiful than kids being able to worship with you and worship in the same church, and usually they're over there in FP Kids, but please bring them. We don't have childcare that night, but I want them to fill that place, and they are welcome to worship however that they see fit. So please bring them. I know some people like to use that night of worship as a date night, which I think is glorious as well. You guys deserve that. But if you don't have a date night, if you don't have a babysitter or someone to watch your kids and you really want to be able to come, please bring them. Night of Worship is happening on February 7th, 7 p.m. We would love to see you there. And then the next thing that we have is our worship team meet and play. That is Saturday, February 21st from 9 to 10:30. I think that's what we put it as. If you are interested in joining the worship team, anything from vocals, musician, the production side of it, like the booth, just working the computer, learning sound and everything, I would love to see you there on that night, on that morning. We have a forum that is on social media somewhere that you can sign up just to give us a little bit more of an idea who's planning on coming. Breakfast will be provided that morning as well. And what we're actually doing is we're just going to be together. You're going to be able to meet Forest Park worship team, ask questions, see how we do things on Sunday morning, and just be together and also play music if you want to. And it just gives you the opportunity to not feel so soloed out on certain ways like that. And you're just able to just come and meet some of the team. Not everyone's going to be able to be there, but just meet and just see how things behind the scene works and why I am so passionate about our worship and why worship means a lot to people too, and they're able to embrace that and express that into their spiritual gifts that they have been given. And then yes, the last thing is that men's breakfast was rescheduled to the February 28th, and that is the same time at 9 a.m. We'll have worship, a small devo from my dad, Pastor Scott, and just a great time for the men of Forest Park. Or if you're not even a part of Forest Park yet and you're just wanting to check it out and just meet other men and have a great community of guys, we have a great community of men at Forest Park, and I think you would feel very welcomed and safe there. So if you're planning on wanting to do that, there's also a form that's going around on Facebook just to give us a better head count to prepare and plan enough food for everybody. So if you're wanting to do that, find that link and do all that. Anything I'm missing?
No, just before we go into the message, I was going to talk about this on Sunday. We have a new website, which we are really proud of and we're really happy with. And we figured what better time than now while we're redoing the website to change our domain. So our new domain is actually forestparkchurch.com. It's super simple, clear, more clear than fplive.org, which most people don't associate with our church. So we're really proud of the new website. It's still got some things we're going to be working on and adding some new pages. So it's not fully complete yet, but
we were just too excited.
So check it out. We just want to say thank you for all the people who make Forest Park happen, and we love you. We're going to throw it to Scott in the church, and he is going to give you guys the message. We will catch you in the next one.
We love you guys. See you. Bye.
Hey, good morning, everyone. So glad that we're able to come into your home, even though we're not able to meet in person. I'm happy that we have the technology to bring you today's message in the warmth and safety of your home. Hey, we wrapped up last week's message, This Is Ours, and then we're going to start a new message next Sunday, a series, and I'm really excited about that. You'll hear more about it and see it as we post it on different social platforms. But I was thinking about what I wanted to bring in between these two series, and actually I want to talk a little bit more about what we ended with last week. Last week was the tail end of our series, as I mentioned, This Is Ours, and I talked about everyone being whole. After I left the message and got in my office this week and interacting with different people, there were some things that I left unsaid and some things I want to kind of bring back up again and go a little deeper into. So I thought I'd bring another message dealing with wholeness and what that looks like. So I want to jump into that today, and hopefully if you've got a Bible close by or maybe a notepad or an iPad or your phone or anything like that, and you can take some notes down. I don't want you to miss anything that we say today. I think it's going to be helpful, it's going to be challenging, and it's going to be practical. You can put it right into your life and begin to live it out. After preaching about loving people, showing compassion, being patient, I'm embarrassed to admit how many times I walk out and do not reflect any of it. Am I the only one who struggles with that? I know you do, because I know people. And being impatient while waiting on a Bo-Berry biscuit isn't that big of a deal. It's true, I typically forget about the slow service, lack of professionalism, and messed up orders within a few minutes. But over the years, my impatience, lack of compassion, and overall bad attitude weren't restricted to drive-thrus. I was also those things at home and in the office. My words and behaviors did not reflect Christ. Now, I imagine some people think, well, come on, Scott, what's the big deal? We're imperfect. We are who we are. Why raise a fuss over it? If someone's hurting somebody else, we should do something, right? But other than that, let's just accept each other as we are. Well, I wish it were that simple. I've spent years studying human behavior and trying to figure out why we do what we do. And I must admit, some behaviors are puzzling. But what is crystal clear is my behavior affects other people. Whether I want it to or not, it does. I am not alone in this world. And what I say, how I look, how I respond, my words, my actions affect those around me, especially those I say I love the most. And let's be honest, some of you have behaviors and attitudes bringing pain and misery to people closest to you right now. Grumpiness, complaining, anger, sarcasm, refusal to talk, addictions, you name it. And if you do not figure out how to manage the tension between what you claim to believe and how you behave, you risk ruining what is most precious to you. Everyone knows someone suffering from the effects of poor behavior. Am I right? Think about it. Don't you know someone who blew up his or her marriage? Can you think of someone addicted to drugs or alcohol? How about someone guilty of stealing or lying or cheating? Don't you know someone who lives with deep regret because of the choices they made years ago? Sure you do. And you know what? Scripture overflows with examples of people throughout history who fell prey to their poor choices and terrible behaviors and paid hell for it. In Genesis, the first violent act against another person, Cain, because of jealousy and envy, kills his brother Abel. Think about Samson. He did not seem to have the ability to turn away from the temptress Delilah. Look at David. He lusted for Bathsheba, sexually assaulted her, murdered her husband to cover it up. Peter denied Jesus 3 times, called down curses upon himself to avoid being associated with Jesus. Unchecked desires always take us where we don't want to go. Well, you're right, Scott. People make a lot of unwise choices, and many of their behaviors are hurtful. So, we need to do better. Well, you make it sound so simple. Has it ever worked for most people long term? Do you know anyone who simply decided one day to be kind and became kind? Can you think of any example of someone who was rude and selfish and just decided over one weekend to be loving and generous? You can possibly think of examples of people who maybe put down smoking or drinking or similar outside behaviors. But what about inside dispositions? Anger, depression, hurt, jealousy, envy, lust. Most of the time, for those attitudes, it takes a lot more than a decision and much longer than a weekend or two. And these inside changes, that's what I'm after. Now, before we go any further, this isn't about shaming you. This is about freeing you. This is about healing you. Most of us want the short way to wholeness. Give me 3 steps. Give me 2 keys and boom, I'm better. There is no shortcut. Jesus offers the long way and he walks it with us. I'm going to let you in on a secret about Christianity, okay? It's a secret many people will not tell you. There is a widespread ignorance of Christianity within churches. People profess to follow Jesus, but have no idea what following Jesus means. For instance, if I ask you to tell me what it means to follow Jesus, how would you answer? Well, some would answer, it means asking Jesus into your heart by praying the prayer with the preacher at the end of church, stuff like that. Somebody else would say, well, it means reading the Bible and doing what it says. Somebody else might say, it means treating people kindly or being devoted to the Christian faith. We have such a shallow understanding of what it means to follow Jesus. We think of Jesus as a wise man with helpful ideas. And so we try to do what we can to pick up what he says and do our best to add those wise sayings into our lives and, be better. But for most of us, the changes are minimal and short-lived. Okay, Scott, then what does it mean to follow Jesus? Well, first, it doesn't mean that you stop anything. That's not what it means to begin to follow Jesus. It does not mean that you begin with starting anything. It's not about creating lists of bad things to stop and other lists of good things to start. Will you stop some things when you follow Jesus? Sure. Will you start some things when you follow Jesus? Absolutely. But that's not how following Jesus begins. Those are the results of following Jesus. Following Jesus does not sound like this. I have a sin problem. You fill in the blank with whatever sin problem you want to. I have this sin problem and I need to solve it because I want to go to heaven when I die. Or I'm stuck in this behavior and I've been told that this behavior means I'm not a Christian, so I need to stop. Or, well, I don't read my Bible enough and I should start. Or I don't go to church enough and I ought to begin. Listen, folks, that's not what following Jesus one step at a time means. Well, does behavior matter? Well, certainly behavior matters. But we're not after altering behavior only. We're after transforming the mind and heart. That's completely different. And the most simple and easy way to remember what following Jesus means, it means this. I stay close, I stay curious, I stay teachable, and over time, I change. Let me expand that a little. Following Jesus means I stay close enough to watch how he lives. I ask questions when I don't understand. I make corrections when my life drifts, and over time, I become like him. We need to realign our understanding of following Jesus. And this entire process kicks off with one simple decision. I choose to get as close to Jesus as possible. What does that mean, Scott? Well, for you, staying close might look like 10 quiet minutes with Jesus before you pick up your phone, or listening to the Gospels being read as you travel to work instead of music. Or maybe asking, what would love do here before you speak? Or pulling out a notebook and journaling a prayer each day, not long, but an honest prayer from your soul. Jesus isn't a professor giving a lecture and you need to take notes for the test coming up. I know churches sometimes give the impression of that by the way we present sermons. And, you got to come in and take all the notes and get all the information in your head. And somehow information leads to transformation. That's not actually the way it works. Jesus is a master craftsman inviting people into his workshop. A workshop is messy. A workshop is slow. A workshop is repetitive. A workshop is full of mistakes. And that's where real formation happens. Jesus doesn't invite us into a classroom where we sit and listen and take notes and fill our head with a bunch of knowledge, and at the end we know how to answer the questions correctly. No, he invites us, as I said, into a workshop. In a workshop, you watch how it's done. You ask questions when you don't understand things. Then it's your turn and you try, and then you fail, and then you adjust, and then you try again. You don't become skilled by knowing about the work. You become skilled by doing the work under the care of a master. Following Jesus one step at a time is about process. It's slow, it's consistent, it's strategic, it's forward movement. Following Jesus is about having your eyes open to truth, seeing reality for what it is, realizing what is best and most healthy. And when you and I live in truth and light, there are behaviors we stop, and there are behaviors we start. But it will be because we are now aware. We see the truth. It will be like we were stumbling along in a dark room, bumping into stuff, unable to find our way around, stubbing our toe on the corner of a table, and then someone turns the light on and suddenly the room is illuminated and you can see where you're going. Think about this. How much work is required for you to avoid the corner of a table when the light is on? Not much. It's much easier when you can see. Following Jesus begins with the gospel flipping on the light, illuminating truth. And when you finally see it, you can't unsee it. Let me show you what I mean. Romans 7. The author of Romans 7 is Paul the Apostle. Now, Paul is trained in the law, deeply religious, setting out to do God's will. He has plenty of information. He is highly educated. And at the same time, he is utterly blind. And listen to how he confesses his ongoing struggle with behaviors despite his knowledge. Romans 7, verse 18, Paul says, "For I know that the good does not dwell within me, that is, in my flesh. For the desire to do the good lies close at hand, but not the ability. For I do not do the good I want, but the evil I do not want is what I do." How often does your outer behavior betray your inner desires? Every addict would say their behavior betrays their desires constantly, and we are more addicted than we realize. Verse 20 of Romans 7, Paul continues and says, "Now if I do what I do not want, it is no longer I who do it, but sin that dwells within me." Do you see the split between who you want to be versus who you act like? That's what Paul's calling out here. Verse 21, he says, "So I find it to be a law. I find it to be a law that when I want to do good, evil lies close at hand." I think that phrase, "so I find," is very interesting. He has awakened to the mystery. He is gaining revelation. Not merely new information, but truth is at work now. He's seeing something he's never seen before. Verse 22, he says, "For I delight in the law of God in my inmost self." That's what he's seeing. That's what he's understanding. Verse 23, but I see in my members another law at war with the law of my mind, making me captive to the law of sin that dwells in my members. Within him, it feels like two systems competing against each other. The law of his mind, that's on the inside, and the law of sin, that's the outside of him. When he gets to this point in his explanation, this would have been a perfect time for him to have spoken about behavioral changes he should make. In other words, this would be the time to talk about discipline, about saying no, about praying, about fighting. Paul could have said, I have this struggle going on, but I've learned that I've got to fight harder. I've got to work more. That's the answer. But that's not what Paul says. Instead, Paul talks about a person. The law of my mind in my innermost being wrestles with the law of sin in my body. Verse 24, listen to his cry. He says, wretched person that I am, who will rescue me from this body of death? Notice, he doesn't say what will rescue me. He doesn't look for another law, another system. No. Instead, he looks for a person, someone who can deliver me. And then he proclaims loudly and with excitement mixed with relief, verse 25, thanks be to God through Jesus Christ our Lord. Paul says the answer to his conflicts, the answer to his confusion, the answer to his frustration is a person. Jesus Christ. The answer Paul is looking for isn't found in religion, lists, self-discipline, good works, trying harder. No. The answer Paul is looking for is found in a person, Jesus Christ. Christianity is about aligning yourself to a person, submitting yourself to a person, coming alongside of Jesus, wrapping your mind around who he is and what he is about. Notice Paul did not say, now I'm going to fight these behaviors. Now I'm going to make a pact with God. I'm going to keep my promise this time. No. He aligned himself with Jesus. This is how he could, with boldness and confidence, proclaim in the very next verse, Romans 8:1, therefore, because of all that I've said, because of all that I've seen, because the light has been turned on, therefore there is now no condemnation for those who are in Christ Jesus. I think you would agree with me that there's lots and lots of condemnation for those trying to improve through willpower. For those who carry lists and check balances, and when they succeed, they keep track, and when they fail, they keep track of that. There's a lot of condemnation living like that, but not when you follow Jesus Christ. And it is why our goal at Forest Park is to help you follow Jesus one step at a time. The freedom, the salvation, the victory comes not from behavioral changes, not from new promises, not from renewals, not from selling out, not from rededicating. No. It comes from knowing Jesus and aligning yourself with him, spending time with Jesus and allowing his presence, his knowledge, his example, his truth, his life to fully and completely engulf yours. Listen to me carefully. The answer for you is not changing behavior. Now, changing behavior is important, and changing your behavior could help you live longer, could keep your marriage intact, could save you money, help you get into college, keep you out of prison. Improving behavior is smart. It's wise. But improving behavior is the byproduct. It's the result. It's the outgrowth of following Jesus. Do not start with trying to improve behavior. Start by following Jesus. Because if you do that, here's what's going to happen. As you follow Jesus, you will open your mind and you will evaluate yourself in all you do. And you will apply what you're learning, what you're seeing, what you're experiencing, and you will improve behavior. But you begin with following Jesus. So what do I do, Scott? Well, I cannot emphasize enough the critical need to sit in the presence of Jesus and learn from him. The lies, the misalignment, the wrong direction, the deception have been baked into us, and only soaking in the person of Jesus, sitting in the truth, bathing in the light will break all that stuff up. Some of you have been trying to fix your life from the outside in, and Jesus invites you into something different. He doesn't hand you a list. He hands you an apron. He doesn't stand at a distance and critique your work. No, he invites you into the workshop where it's messy and where there's mistakes and where progress is slow, but where real formation happens. So don't ask, what do I need to stop? Ask, how can I stay close? That's how people actually change. Wholeness is a slow process, but it is so worth it. And every step of the way, Jesus will be with you. Let's pray. Father, thank you. Thank you, as the Apostle Paul cried out, thank you, for the answer is found in Jesus. And Father, for that I am so thankful. Father, I know there are people watching and they're struggling with so many different behaviors. There are things that bring guilt upon them and condemnation upon them every day. And Father, they've made lists, they've drawn lines in the sand, they've turned over a new leaf, they've made New Year's resolutions, and they break them. They fall again. And then the condemnation sweeps over them and the guilt sweeps over them. And then they're embarrassed to show back up to church. They feel so silly opening up the Bible again. They think they're always going to be the way they are. They have that same feeling that the Apostle Paul had. Who is going to deliver me from this defeat? Who's going to deliver me from this death? Who's going to deliver me from these patterns, these behaviors? I need help. I want to live differently, but I struggle so much. And Father, I thank you that you have preserved the truth in your word to show us that it's not about another system. It's not another list. It's not try harder. The answer is a person, Jesus. And Father, I pray that the people watching right now, listening to this, that Father, they will find a place somewhere today, maybe even now in this moment as we're praying, and they will just get with you in your presence. And maybe for the first time, meet Jesus. Not religion, not another church, not another pastor, not another spiritual leader. All of those have place. All of those are important. But Father, they will meet your Son, Jesus, and they will follow him one step at a time. And every step they take with him, they will walk closer to the light, closer to the truth, and the truth will set them free. Thank you for loving us. Thank you for inviting us into the process. And thank you, most of all, for stepping into our mess and leading us out. We ask in you for all these things in the name of your Son, Jesus Christ. Amen. Thank you for joining us today. I pray that something that I said, somehow the verses that we looked at will come alive to you and it'll be real. And you'll find some time today. You'll find some time tomorrow. You'll find some time this week to get in the presence of Jesus and slowly follow him. I promise you, it's a long process, but it is so worth it. Have a wonderful day.